Well, hello everyone. I'm Arnau Roig, and I'm here to present of the first chapter of my dissertation. I'm working at University of Illinois together with Universitat de Vic. And what I'm looking at in my dissertation is the representation of transsexuality in the Spanish media. I'm a communication scholar, but I'm also a gender scholar, and I'm using law, I'm using medicine to look at films or movies or TV shows and then contextualize them with the legal paradigms, with the medical paradigms of the time, and try to infer what society thinks about a certain topic. In this case, it's transsexuality. I'm glad that I got to present after the two presentations because I think we had a lot of things in common, and I think we're all looking at the human subject and also how to how society is invested in really keeping some things the way they are, in normativizing and standardizing, in this case, sex and gender. So just an overview for you, maybe some of you don't know. In 1933, in Spain, there was the law, La Ley de Vagos y Maleantes, which tried to separate religious thought from morals and ethics. And then Franco, in 1954, added homosexuality to the list of crimes. Under that homosexuality, there was a whole bunch of sexual deviants, both transsexuals, transgenders, cross-dressers. They were all included under the label transsexuality. In 1970, the law changes, but it still remains the same. And then, not randomly, in 1980, the DSM, the Manual for Psychiatrists to Diagnose Mental Illness, includes transsexuality or gender identity disorder, and it takes out homosexuality. Right after in Spain, in the law in 1983, it's the first time where transsexuality is actually mentioned. And it's not through transsexual people, but through doctors and medical practitioners. So the law was made in order to protect doctors that were performing the surgery for sex reassignment surgery. In my dissertation, I'm going up to 2007 and the present because we recently passed, well, 7 years ago, we passed the gender identity law, which recognizes the sex of the person regardless of surgery. So you can be recognized as a woman or a man before getting your surgery. You still need a medical diagnosis, though. So I'm focusing on the Spanish transition right before Franco dies and right after Franco dies for my first chapter, because I think there's a shift of paradigm right there. There's many movies from the time. This is only fiction. There's also documentaries which feature a main character that is a transgender or transsexual person. For this chapter, I'm specifically focusing on the first two. That's the title, Mi Querida Señorita, Dear Lady, and Cambio de Sexo, Sex Changers, because they are right before and right after Franco dies. So briefly, I want to explain the two movies to you, so maybe you can get the gist and see what I'm looking at in those movies. In the first one, Mi Querida Señorita, José Luis López Vázquez is a woman. And then she goes to the doctor because she has a lot of hair, and the doctor says, I'm sorry, you're not a woman, you're a man. So then he is a man, and he goes to Madrid and tries to live his life as a man. The whole surgery and medicalization is avoided. It's the doctor, it's the one who tells him that he's a man. But I think it's a reflection on gender roles, on the situation of women. He needs to learn a new job because he lived his whole life as a woman, so that meant not working. And now he needs to go to Madrid, learn a job. So there's class issues, gender roles, and all that together. In Cambio de Sexo, in Vicente Aranda, it's much more visible that the topic is transsexuality. It's a boy who feels that she is a woman, Victoria Abril, and she goes to Barcelona, goes to a strip club, meets transgender people, and at the end of the movie, she will get the sex reassignment surgery. So this is mostly what we understand now as transsexuality. A person trapped in the wrong body that needs medicine to transition to the other sex and gender. And I will argue later on the dissertation that it is good that there's this visibilization at this point in history, but right now maybe the label has gotten too narrow for our understanding of transgenderism right now. So these are the changes that I see in that period. I'm not going to develop them because I don't have much time. So if you're interested in my research, please come later to talk to me, and I will be happy to talk more about this. Or drop me a line. Thank you very much.